And we are live. Happy New Year. I already said Happy New Year last week, but Happy New Year, Happy New Series. And Claudia, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I am making sure that the volume is off on the live. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We are good.
We have Claudia. Do you want to say hi? Ready?
Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
There's Claudia in Loxahatchee, Florida. And guess
Happy
what?
New Year.
Today is her birthday. Hooray! Say happy birthday to Claudia. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have a big day. We have a big 12 weeks ahead of us, and I have hay on my glasses. Yes, I do.
I'm not surprised.
Hay, I know, it's shocking. I think I have hay in my eyelashes. I don't think I've had mascara on for 3 weeks. 4 weeks. All right. I feel like a drag
Me
queen.
either, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get started in a minute, and maybe Claudia can tell us who's here.
Okay, so far, Khaki Decker, thank you, Khaki. Tanya, hi, thank you, Tanya. Joyce Lee Leggett, I think is how you pronounce your last name. Excuse me if I butchered it.
Cheers.
And thank you. I wish I was having coffee with you right now. Leslie Williams is here. Thank you, Leslie. Okay. We're waiting for people to come on.
Okay, while people are coming on, I just wanted to share that I have some really cute things right here that a Tanya Hafe sent me. There's a couple other little things.
Those are cute.
I know. That's just a fraction of what she sent me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's all kinds of, from my favorite store, the Crystal Garden, all kinds of things. And there was a real theme around dolphins and mermaids and fairies.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm feeling a dolphin trip coming on. And then my business manager gave me these. And I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'm going to put it here.
I'm sure Queen Latifah loves those.
It's about Queen Latifah.
Okay.
And then who is this one about, do we think?
Let me see. Delilah. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we got more people. So,
Okay.
Leslie, Kristen Hedberg. Hi, Kristen. Thank you.
Hi,
Afton.
Kristen.
Hi, Afton. Thank you. Lorraine is here. Lorraine Bollinger. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Shannon is here. She says she's so excited for this. Oh my God, Shannon. I chose to work on my birthday today. Joan gave me the option, and I chose to because this has me so excited, this series. Cheryl Cook says good morning and happy birthday party. Thank you, Cheryl. Maureen Bissonette. Thank you, Maureen. Heidi Evans Ensley. Hi from Carnation.
Hello.
Oh, wait. It skipped. Okay. Hi. She says... Heidi says I dream of getting to go on another dolphin trip.
Wait, you guys, hold on. Look at that, these hawks, right here. Can you see that?
Oh my God.
This is like a special showing for us. Was that crazy? That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Oh my God. Oh, and there's a cat. There's a dog. A cat.
Oh, they're still out there. Well, anyway, that was pretty magical.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Heidi says she dreams. We got the blessing from the Hawks.
Yes.
Heidi says she dreams of getting to go on another dolphin trip.
Yes, please.
Barbara Van Vost. Hi, Barbara. She's on.
Hi, Barbara.
Tanya says, you are very welcome. Love the socks. Bernadette Spector. Hi, Bernadette. She says, good morning, ladies. And thank you, Bernadette. Chris Wilson says, good morning, everyone. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
And thank you. Oh, these keep Julie Jacobs says, hi all. Charlie Kale says, birthday hawks for Claudia. Thank you,
Yeah,
Charlie.
no kidding.
And Shannon Meyer says, so cool about the hawks.
They don't always just fly by my window, but when they do, it's pretty cool.
You have to do the pose.
But when they do, but when they do, I have to get up and stop everything.
Maureen Bissonette says, I used to have a special red-tailed hawk that would swoop my bus up at Grand Canyon West. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Cheryl Cooks, that was amazing. Angels letting us know that they are here. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what a way to kick off this series, How to Help Animals, right? Like they just did a drive-by like, hey, thank you. And they are some of the luckier ones, right? They are the ones that we don't have to worry about, hopefully. And we'll go more into that in a moment.
Sorry, John, I'm trying to get comfortable.
I was like, what are you doing over there? Are you itching your back? You look like, how bears go against a tree? That's what it looked like you were doing.
I was trying to move my chair. It was stuck on a cord. Okay. All right. Yeah, Cheryl Cook. Yeah, Angels letting us know. Let me see. I got more stuff. They're just... Okay. No, I got everybody. We're good.
Okay. So, yeah, that was pretty amazing. I'm like, what are we doing now? I just want to see the hawks. But, anyway, this series is going to be pretty amazing. And I know that we're going to have some new people. So if you're new to me, my name is Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, TEDx speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And our program is for people that want to learn beginning through advanced or get certified in animal communication, energy healing for animals, or nature and wildlife. And we have so many things coming up this next year. It's amazing. And I'm very excited about that. I want to, for 1 second, talk about that because it's related to this. We're basically coming up with a graduate program, if you will. So I'm very excited about this, where it's going into advanced levels of helping people helping animals in rescues, in farm sanctuaries, in therapeutic riding centers, professional animals, animals that have been tested upon, farm sanctuary animals, did I say that? Animals that are wildlife that are in rehab. And so people are going to be specializing in that if they want to, or they can generalize, which is what I did. I was lucky that when I first got started, there wasn't, hold on. When I first got started, all right, there you go. You missed it. And Buster Keaton had to fly by. There weren't a lot of us, so I didn't have to specialize. I was fortunate that I grew up riding and around horses and knew, a lot about horses and things like that. So I, didn't have to, now all the ravens are out, didn't have to specialize in that way. But I found that the more I was able to really, and this relates so much to today, your mission is bigger than your feelings. How did I get there in a funny way? Because there are so many places where it was heartbreaking to walk into, and yet I had to have a level of decorum, professionalism, and I could cry later. But, it happened to be that I just got thrown in because, again, there weren't a lot of us. Okay, unfortunately, the camera isn't angled in a way that you're seeing all the cat action, but I feel like cats are flying over my head to the bookshelf is what it boils down to. So anyway, in my unseen world, my magical world, there are cats flying above me. So anyway, the point is that we've developed stuff that I've been thinking about since 2015, and we now have the resources and the amount of teachers and the amount of help to be able to basically do this now, do what my dream has been for this school for 7 years. And so we're really 13 years into the school. We're 3 years into this Facebook Live. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah. This is our 3rd year. So,
Yep.
Anyway, all the stuff that's coming up in the school is amazing. We're starting with a rescue call. So any of you that have taken AC Level 1, you're eligible to take the rescue call. If you're in the program now, you will get to do the rescue call. So don't go, oh my God, I want to do the rescue call that starts on the 21st. I would say wait until you're doing your case studies. And we have a rule about that too. We used to have a rescue call, but we want people that are just about at their case studies so that you are very professional. You have a lot of confidence. Because when it comes, one of the things that I didn't say a moment ago about all of these situations is that when you're talking about animals that, like the animals that I've had to go and talk to in shelters, it's often the day before euthanasia, and it's like, this is the last ditch effort. And so for some of these animals, it really is life or death. And so I want a level of professionalism that is representing the school, that the school is out there in the community really hands-on, helping organizations that need our help. And, being able to very calmly be able to say, yeah, this dog would be able to survive with kids, would love to be with kids, when it's a snarling maniac at the shelter. You have to really know your stuff. And so it's that's why we have built the program the way that we've built it, and bringing back the rescue call. Anyway, I wanted to say something else about that too, and we're going to really talk about that here in a second as we get into the material, is that sometimes there's so much loss in this work that you have to have ways that you are able to release it. Our friend Jill Todd, just the other day, veterinarian, realized that she'd been doing acupuncture and cold laser on so many animals that had passed between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And she had a little injury that then, she slowed down enough. She slipped in the ice. In Seattle, it's really snowy. And she was slowed down enough to kind of catch up with how much grief there was. And I reminded her that, when I lived in Seattle, we used to meet once a month. She'd come over and do acupuncture on my animals, and then we'd have dinner, and we'd literally, once a month at least, sit and kind of mourn the animals that, as an animal communicator and as a veterinarian, that she had lost. So it's really important to have those ways that you are able to release and understand that there's going to be a lot of grief. So we'll get to that in a moment. But what I wanted to do before we get going is the first step here. And I wonder, so in this series, we're going to be doing a lot of, we've got a lot of special guests. And we've got upcoming, today we have me. Next week we have Andrew Harvey, who is, he wrote a book on sacred activism. He's written a million books. I mean, if you go look him up, he's crazy amazing. And so we're going to really kick off next week with this whole idea of we're committing. But we're going to commit today. And then in the following week will be Sarah McCrum, who wrote the book Love Money, Money Loves You. And she really talks about money as an energy, so that we're not stopped by this idea of I don't have resources. And then after that we have someone who has a rescue. And then we have a couple of different things around rescue. Then we're going to move into factory farming with Ellie at the Gentle Barn. And then we're going to move into nature and wildlife. We actually have an entire week of that. But some of the guests I know for sure, and we're waiting to hear back from amazing guests. But we already have some confirmed amazing guests. And that is Linda Tucker of the Global White Lion Protection Trust. And then Gabby from the Gibbon Center, the Gibbon Conservation Center. So it's amazing what's coming up in the next 12 weeks. And so I would invite you, if you know what, and if you haven't signed up, because there's going to be lots of little bonus things and handouts and things like that. If you haven't actually signed up for the series, I don't know if someone can throw a link in. You might not have the link. If is Jessica on?
I don't know, but I will find the link.
Okay. For this series, it would be really great if you signed up, because we're going to have probably like a later handout to remind you about today and things like that. Yeah, as I said, we're reaching out to some amazing resources and people and organizations, and right now it's kind of fiddling with dates, so I can't tell you, but I can promise you that it's going to be cool as, put whatever word in there you want. I know I might add something with a flair. So
yeah, I got the link.
Okay. And then I also, I just really want to remind you that if any of those things are things you want to do and you aren't currently in the program, I would say that joining the AC Level 1, all roads lead to AC Level 1, Animal Communication Level 1, and all roads lead out of Animal Communication Level 1. So if any of those things really appeal to you, or you just want to be an animal communicator, we have that class February 2nd. I know that we've extended, I think we're still in the early bird pricing for that. Shannon is extending the pricing for the big program. So, if you can, get on a call with her, info@joanranquet.com. And Shannon can really walk you through it. I mean, for those that have talked to Shannon and kind of started your path, please type in about how much Shannon helped you, because she is a goddess of enrollment. That's her new title. So, but she really does, because she, joined the program in the first year 14 years ago, and then backed away from it, and then is now full force as an animal communicator and part of the school. She's been there, and she knows all the things that held her back, have propelled her forward, and she listens. So that's it. Before we launch into stuff, what anything standing out other than all the happy birthday wishes to you?
I think, is it Jane Sewell's birthday too?
No, is it really? Are we just, is it a big goat day?
Shannon just said happy birthday to you too, Jane.
Oh.
Jane, is it your birthday? Oh, happy birthday twin.
I love that. We got the goats going on. Mm-hmm. My coffee's so strong. My coffee's so strong I never do this, but yeah. Little water.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's
Claudia's never.
beyond jet fuel.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay, Shannon says she loves her new title, Goddess of Enrollment.
Yeah, that's pretty good. GOE. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I put the link up in there if you want to join the series.
I mean, obviously you can jump on, but we have handouts, and there might be special bonuses. Might be.
Yeah, the handouts though are key. The handouts will help a lot in the whole thing. Okay. Let me see what else other than happy birthdays. Let's see what else is going on. My mouth. Okay. Now everybody's wishing Jane a happy birthday. We took over, Joan. The goats took over.
The goats took over. All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad that there are birthday wishes all around. So.
And raving about Shannon, as
Good.
they should.
As they well should. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is, we had talked about last year. Last year we were waxing poetical about. We talked about committing to the idea of, as a group, that we were going to, in 2022, we were going to help 22 million animals. And so I want us to really make a pledge for that. And so we're going to make a pledge right now. And what I want you to do is just for a moment, close your eyes. And really just let all your thoughts drop off. And if you were out there helping 22 million animals, 22 million animals, and you know, you have some help. We're going to be with you. We're doing it too. What would that look like for you? What would you be doing? Who would you be being? Who are some of the people around you? What is that support like? And now here's the part where I want you to just let your imagination go crazy in the best possible way. What would that look like for the world? And I want you to let that get really juicy. Like, think about the impossible. Are shelters empty? Are all the animals in wildlife rehab centers allowed to go back out because they're so recovered? Shelters become doggy daycares, factory farming become some sort of great empty place for plants to be grown. They become giant, greenhouses. What would the world look like? We'd give all the trophy hunters toy guns. What would your world look like? And then I want you to come up with one image that becomes that symbol of that for you. I have a specific image for me of when we've achieved that. Go ahead and open your eyes, and I want you to come back to that symbol when you think it's impossible. What is that symbolism for you? For me, It's the image of the lion laying down with the lamb, because that's the ultimate of world peace, veganism, no destruction on the planet. And I come back to that image and that phrase in my mind a couple times a day when I know that things are really bad and they're, you know, something that I can't help. I remember that I'm working toward a big picture. And so when we have these kind of big pictures, we can sometimes climb the mountain without effort, because this intention, this picture, is the fuel to carry us to that ultimate goal. And so I'd love to do just a little overview if people want to type in their image or the pictures they got or the images they got, and we're going to really make a collective collage, if you will. What are people saying, Claudia?
Mark Bernard says a lot of treats made by me at the very beginning. Maureen Bissonette says empty shelters.
Yeah.
Animals not being afraid, no more trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting on more. I saw the fences go down in Africa.
Yeah, in South Africa.
Yeah, in South Africa. I saw the fences go down and the animals
roaming free. Yeah, and this is Kruger Park, and this is not. You know, just recently, and animals don't know borders, right? I mean, just recently, an entire wolf pack that left Yellowstone was shot by hunters. An entire wolf pack. The whole pack is dead. I know. I mean, it's not like they know, oh, I'm in Yellowstone, and no, I'm not. I mean, it just...
Afton, yeah. Mm-hmm. Afton says clean oceans and forests. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, clean.
Oh my God. Chris's image. My end picture was my arms wrapped around the world and the round bowl was full of animals. Amen. Yep.
That's beautiful.
Tanya, vast open space with trees and animals everywhere, free to roam all over. Yep.
Yeah. This is what, you know, we have to spend time on this image almost every day. This has got to be like a new muscle that you're creating for yourself. Whether it's you out there doing this work, you know, this is kind of how I've built every next level of my career, if you will, is I just pictured myself in it and how great it was to be doing my life's work. And then the world around me, what was the impact? And as a group, we can do this. We've got this. Do you know how powerful we are? I'll tell you, just even we can do this. Anything else?
Lorraine Bollinger, of course you know this one's near and dear to me. She said, no more wild horses rounded up by helicopters.
Oh my God, yes, please, thank you. Yeah.
Leslie Williams says, all animals living their best life. Karen Maynard says, my image is of an animated or drawn picture of the earth with a human and tiger sitting on top, arm in arm, hugging each other.
Nice.
A bunch of animal people run for offices all over the world and change the laws and politics around how animals and the environment are treated. Yes.
Yes.
Shannon says, all life connected, trees, humans, animals living in reverence and harmony. Yes.
And the thing that, you know, yes, to Shannon, it's when we think about the idea that, I'm going to turn you up a little. There you go. I'm going to put you closer. When we think about if the animals are at this level, do you know what else that means? It means that humans, there isn't the level of poverty for humans because they're educated enough to be doing something different rather than, you know, mowing down a beautiful old growth forest in Borneo to put a plantation of palm trees. There's a cat in my Claudia's cat just jumped into view. But rather that it would mean that there's a level of education for humans. It would mean that there's just huge compassion for humans. So by working toward this goal, we're elevating all ships rise with the tide, right? So that means it raises for humanity as well. There's a funny saying about how, and you'll be seeing this on my Friday Funny soon. People ask me all the time why I don't do anything for human rights. Well, I don't eat humans either, if that's any So anyway, but we're elevating all of society if we have this single-minded focus and we get close to this, we're elevating all. I mean, that's all there is to it. Every flora, fauna, mineral, stone. And if we were to be in balance, don't you imagine that the elements would balance out? Like we wouldn't have the fire, air, water, earth wouldn't have such, maybe the water would stay where it belonged, and the fire wouldn't take over. And I feel like this balance would emanate throughout into the elements. So, anything else?
Oh yeah. Just as you were talking right now about the humanity, I remembered something I love, which is compassion begets compassion. It's not directed at one individual thing. It's the more compassion there is, the more compassion there is, the more compassion there is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Melissa says no more shipping horses to Mexico and Canada. Yeah.
Amen.
Karen Maynard says, oh, and Joan, I imagined you were a billionaire like Bezos and used your influence to change the attitudes towards animals in our earth.
Yes, please.
Please.
Yes, please. I love that. That's all I would do. You know what? If I had $1 billion, my life wouldn't change. I'd probably still be sitting here Tuesday morning, 10 a.m., and then hit classes afterwards. It really wouldn't change because right now I'm so in love with the school I can't even tell you, and all the things we're doing. And give me $1 billion, I'm still going to do this, and yeah, I would use the influence greatly.
Ayat says, I saw all animals and people being able to communicate with each other, understanding and loving kindness growing all over the planet. The final symbol was a dolphin bringing joy and understanding. Oh, I love this.
A lot of dolphin energy today.
Oh, Aaron and the Scoops says, I love these images, just beautiful. Of course, mine is all senior pets in living homes, enjoying their golden years as we should. And she said to Karen, in response to your image, 2022 is the year of the tiger.
Oh, cool. That is really cool. And I love that about the senior animals. I have a senior horse, and every day is, I'm in Preciousville for sure, and I've had senior dogs, and I don't this minute. Well, I guess I do. I mean, Delilah's 10, but she thinks she's a puppy, so I have a puppy
She's
pack.
not a senior.
But I do have a senior horse, and every day's a blessing. And she's, not all horses are so lucky to wake up to their person every morning. So it means a lot to me that I'm able to give her this.
And Shannon says, thank you, Joan, for all you do and how many you inspire. I second that, Shannon.
Thank you. All right, so what I want us to do is, now that we know, where we want to go with our visualizing and holding these great feelings around it, is, and I saw at some point Charlie Cale had written the word relief. Like, relief is such a great word. Like, when you envision this, like, relief, that like, oh my God, we got here. Relief is I use that feeling a lot when I'm visualizing the things that I want. Relief is one of my favorite things to play with. So really, like I said, this is our homework. And I want to also now take a pledge with all of you. And so I am going to put my hand on my heart. You can do that if you want. I'm putting both my hands on my heart. And Claudia, I want all of you to repeat after me, only don't use my name. So use your own name. Mine. Yeah, okay, good. So I, Joan Ranquet.
I, Claudia Goodman.
Am making a pledge. To help 22 million animals.
To help 22 million animals.
In 2022.
In 2022.
Amen, and so it is.
Amen, and so it is.
Whoop. All right. Whoop. So, you know, this is all great, and then of course we always have plenty of obstacles, and so I want to kind of run through what some of our obstacles could be. So one of those might be, I don't know if I can do this. And, you know, that comes in many forms, whether it's, I don't know if I can do this because my job is so intense, or there's so many demands of my family, or or our own fears get in the way. And so I want you to think about, and you can type in, and we'll go over all three of these little things here in a moment. I want you to think about, what if I can't do this? Is that for you do you have any fear around this pledge, this commitment?
I'm going to write it down. Give them a second.
Yeah. What if I can't do this? Who am I letting down?
Wow, you read my mind.
Another one might be, what if I'm afraid?
What if it's too painful?
Yeah.
I know people are typing, but it didn't refresh.
That's okay. I want people to really think about this, because we want to really release this. And then the third one is, what if I'm too empathic? Which is like, what if it's too painful? What if I'm too empathic to walk into the shelter to see animals that are hurt, to be with animals that are hurting? What if I'm too empathic?
Chris Wilson says time.
Yeah.
Karen Maynard is, I can't do this, I'm too sensitive and it's too painful.
And that's a big one for us, right? Like we often get caught up in our own stuff, but if we've all made this pledge today, then it's bigger than us, right? So no matter what we contribute, it's part of this bigger picture. But I want us to really look at those things that get in our way.
What if what I do is pointless? That's one that comes up for me.
What if what I do is pointless? Yeah.
Lorraine Bollinger says, I don't use that word, fear. What is that?
Yeah, you don't, do you? Lorraine's not that kind of girl.
And there are some people in this group who are out there doing it, right?
Yeah.
Physically out there doing it, like Maureen Bissonnette with the burros.
Or when Afton was with the pig sanctuary.
With the pig sanctuary. Or Susie with the rescue horses,
Yeah.
I'm not excluding anyone. Those are the first three that come to my mind. Everyone on here, Chris with the pugs.
Yeah. I mean, everybody here probably contributes on some level, at the level that they can, but I invite Lorraine to use your boldness, your no fear, to start getting into legislation around the Mustangs being rounded up.
Oh, I fear for those politicians.
I fear for them too. But I
Leslie,
mean, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I agree. Leslie Williams says, "What if I'm not good enough?" Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. And we are. You know what? All it takes is the desire in our heart put into intention to create something. And like that goes even to what Claudia had said, what if it's pointless? But our good intention will never be pointless. It may not be seen this moment, but it's not pointless, and you are good enough. And this is important. But all these feelings that do come up for people, and a lot of people have these feelings. I mean, I know I used to think I was too sensitive to go into the shelter. Now I just walk in. So here's my next big question, and I want you to close your eyes and think about this. Who got you here? What animal got you here? What situation got you here? Was it a near-death situation? Was it one animal that you just had to know more about? One animal that just took you out at the knees? What is it that got you here to begin with? And now I want you to think about, because that animal may no longer be with us, would you want to, wouldn't that animal or that significant event, in order for it to really mean something, isn't it necessary to step into this bigger role? I know for me it was Pet One. And I feel her cheering me on every day. And then Pony Boy. And even Gabrielle was part of that whole series of events that, well, the one horse, then the next horse, and the next horse, that got me here doing this work. And I don't want to let them down. You know? And they know our hearts, and they know what our missions are, and often they may have been placed to, our contract was to help each other, lift each other into that next thing. And so in order to do and be that, I have to step into a bigger world, a bigger arena, a bigger mission. I mean, it just completely changed my life. And I'm so grateful for that, because I wouldn't be sitting here. So I want you to really just think about who got you here. What soul was that? Or what huge event? And that you know you want to do this. You know you want to do this. And so I know I don't want to let them down. How about for you, Claudia?
I knew you were going to ask me. It's a long line, and I'm not going to bring everybody down, but I didn't even know this dog. But I was young, and I heard the story of what happened to this dog. And I was maybe 6 or 7. And that just, it stuck with me all these years. Talk about a lack of compassion. So that has brought me to here, and I just think of that dog and how I never want any living being to go through what that dog went through. And the catalyst, the final catalyst to get me here was Groot.
The dog, yeah.
Yeah, that, he's still part of my life, and he's in a fantastic home that I dreamed for him. but it started when I was as far back as I can remember hearing this story about this dog.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of people talking about it on a lot of people have commented.
I feel like we want to honor that soul with,
Yeah.
or those souls, or those, that event. I mean, for some people it could be like a near-death experience and they came out of it going, oh my God, I've got to do something different. So we'll get to all, I want to honor all those souls, so we'll get to that in a minute. So that brings me to the whole thing that, you know, if you've been with me before, you know that I love to go through this. That mission. Talking about our mission. And I always say my mission is to empower others to deeply connect with all life so that together we give voice to those who can't speak for themselves and ultimately heal the planet. And so the first part of the mission statement is, I am here to, so write that down, I am here to blank, so that blank. Maybe you could type those in, Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or ultimately, so it's kind of three parts. I am here to, so that, and then. And the more we get clear on our mission statement, the more we're in it. And honoring that soul or that experience that got us here. And, you know, if it was a big experience, we're honoring our own soul. And we're honoring our soul when we honor someone else with us that got us here. So, you know, I really, really, really want, and if you sign up, I'll put this all in a hand, I've got a handout for you. So sign up, all this will be kind of summarized. But I'd really like for you to think in terms of who got me here, and how do I honor that, and how do I step into this bigger situation? And how are we on time?
That's a really good question. We have 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's 10:49 right now.
I see Lorraine says, I am here to give animals a voice and a chance to fulfill their life mission. Their life. That's great. I mean, that sort of thing. And that's what I would love to have people start typing in. But who do we get to honor here for a moment?
Okay, let me go back.
And
hold on. Bayari says it was her beautiful Russian blue cat Rainbow who passed last year.
I had a rainbow blue. I had a Russian blue also named Alexandria.
We had two, Natasha and Olivia. Ayat says, very similar to my Groot situation, I had to return an animal that I was fostering back to the rescue. She is fine now in a new home, but I felt the failure of not being able to help her overcome her aggression. That was my issue with Groot.
That's Claudia's.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Shannon was the desire to help my horses at a much bigger level of understanding and the loss of Smooch, my soul dog. Okay, every time I hear that story, I want to cry. And meeting you, Joan, right at that time in 2004 after acquiring my 3 horses, who are thankfully still with me today at ages 29 and a half and 24.
Very cute. Very cute horses.
Jane Cyril is a desire and passion to help and communicate with animals, and my wee princess, Meow.
Mm-hmm. And me wee princess.
Chris Wilson, it was a calling in my heart, no animal in particular. Afton Hughes says, my girls Lucy and Daisy, who I lost to a neighbor's cruelty, and losing my soulmate dog Bo.
Oh my God.
And Bayari says, and now it's the black swans, geese, and ducks in my town where I live. Let me see. Heidi Ebbett says, Heidi Ebbett, sorry. My beautiful, gentle soul female mastiff, Aja, with all her health issues and her patience with me trying to keep her with us. Karen Maynard says, I think it was a pet bunny my family had when I was 5. I was traumatized by how he passed. Oh, I've been a member of PETA since I was 14. I am now 54. Wow. Diane Lepresti says, my tortoiseshell cat Brownie who changed my life. Tanya Hoffe says, all 3 of my dogs played a part, but losing Liam really pushed me forward to dive in.
I remember that. That because you started with a virtual death and dying that's in February. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, I remember
It'll
that.
be 2 years. This February we're doing the virtual death, dying, and lost animals retreat, and yeah, it'll be 2 years. Anyway.
Leslie Williams says, my border collie Pebbles brought me back from a dark place. I want to honor her.
Nice. Those border collies, I'm half border collie. I'm telling you, we do good work in the world.
You do. Wally Rogers says, I lost Lady Lucy last year, January 7th.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We honor them, and now people are putting in their missions also.
Okay, good. And I want to really honor, even if you type it in later or you watch this later, please write in, I'm honoring blank, because this is so, sometimes when we just can't muster it up for ourselves, dedicating our work to and with someone else is amazing. And then we find ourselves in it. So, I found myself in this. But I was honoring Pet One and Pony Boy and Gabrielle. Like Shannon, it was basically a trio of horses. We will wrap up here in a minute with some mission statements. And again, if you watch this later, please put your mission in. And it's something to keep working on. And if you sign up, again, will have some handouts around this. And also, I want to remind people, we've got Animal Communication Level 1 starting on February 2nd. I think it's the last weekend of February. We have the Death and Dying and Lost Animal Virtual Retreat. And then, of course, the Spring Intensive. Somebody just signed up for the Spring Intensive. It is not too soon to sign up for the Spring Intensive. It's 3 days of animal communication, 3 days of EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique for animals, and 3 days of animal communication and healing in sanctuaries. And it will be a hybrid. There will be people here in person and people online. So if you want to come in person, I would sign up sooner than not and get on that list because of the whole COVID thing. And can we please be over that now? I have to have a limit on how many people, although I think I'm going to pull off more people, but we've stayed around 10 or 12 in person, so even if you're in the big program, write in right now that you plan on coming in person. I know there's a whole group of people that have gotten bed and breakfast, and also if you need a roommate, please let people know because we'll keep track of that. And Jane Sewell, you can fly from Scotland. Maybe there's a direct flight from Aberdeen to LA. I don't know. Anyway. So, or you could do it online. It's a lot of fun. So let's hear some missions.
Okay. We have only 4 minutes, so I'm going to go back. Claire Trost, I'm here to educate people about animal welfare. First book, a memoir underway.
Very good.
Deborah Yeah, Deborah Thunderchild, I am here to be a messenger and a bridge so that all beings can see themselves in one another, so that all beings are seen and sacred, so that every living being is seen as a teacher. I am here to use my heart and hands to spread love.
That's great. It's beautiful.
I am Karen Maynard. I am here to learn to communicate with animals so that I can help them and the humans around them to give them a better life.
That's awesome.
Okay. Okay, we have people talking about the intensive and people talking about who they're honoring, so it's all over the place right now.
All right, well, I'm going to go through and really go through the comments and really check in with everybody on who they're honoring and their mission. This has been really a great start for this series. It's huge what we're going to do in the next 12 weeks. And like I said, somewhere in the middle, it's just going to get crazy because there will be, on February 28th to I think around March 8th, there will be something almost every day because it will be a nature and wildlife masterclass. So stay tuned. We are doing it. And I want you to just really honor what we worked on today because it's big. And I'm going to ask people to, as you work on your mission statement, to put it into the big group so that we're like not just in this thread, but in the big group. So I want to thank you guys for being here today. And if you have any questions about your path or you want to start somewhere with the school, please reach out to Shannon at info@joanranquet.com, and she is the enrollment goddess, or goddess of enrollment. And again, it's Claudia's birthday and Jane Sewell's birthday. So if you weren't here at the beginning, please say happy birthday to our lovely ladies. And I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for being on this journey, and thank you for making a big pledge, and thank you for helping the animals.
Thank you, everybody.